What up, y'all? In downtown Brooklyn. I just had some things on my mind. I want to follow up what I was saying in my last video about the Tupac murder and going into the different theories, right? So let's entertain one of the theories. Let's say the Keefe D and them theory is correct. First off, shout out to Gab from Machiavelli Media. He just put out a video saying that, giving an update in the case, saying that investigators have information that says Orlando Anderson wasn't the shooter, but the dude that was to the left of him was the shooter, DeAndre Smith, who was like a 6'5", real big dude. And they were saying there was no way that Orlando was going to be able to shoot across from him and be able to reach out the window, as well as you heard how I covered the testimony of people at the time that said a big beefy arm is what poked out that window doing the shooting, right? So we're gonna go down the assumptive lane, no pun intended, Orlando baby lane. We're gonna go down the assumption that Keefe and them did do that shit, right? And I'm walking to the store to pick something up, and I was just thinking about something, right? Because recently I've been talking about stuff like this. When people violate someone and then they do something harsh in retaliation, are they justified? Now, me personally, I don't think people should be murdering people just because they got jumped, stuff like that. I think life is sacred, yada, yada, yada. But we're talking about gang-banging gangster individuals that live by a certain code, a certain set of morals and principles that they have for themselves. They take oaths, they vow to this, to that. You know, they live by different things. However, in this Pac thing, in a way, they're still following some general principles. Leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. And let's keep it a buck. Pac did not have to go there and just snuff dude on some wanna be down stuff. I got love for Pac. He's my favorite artist in all artistry. Mozart, none of them have shit on him, right? But still, let's just face it. I mean, he was loyal and I respect where his heart was, but he did something that got himself killed. If Dre shot him, if Orlando shot him, if Keefe, whoever shot him that was down with him, he did something that was the cause, and the effect was getting shot up, right? So that was wild. That was crazy. They reacted because they were violated. Was it a harsh reaction? Yes. But I said this before. If you punch me in the face and I stab you in your throat, am I wrong? Why the heck were you punching me in the face to begin with, right? But then I got to thinking, I'm following this story, and I'm like, all right, he spotted Orlando Anderson, did what he did. But wait a minute, didn't Orlando Anderson snatch somebody's death row chain, or tried to snatch someone's death row chain? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole reason why Orlando Anderson got pointed out in the first place, for Pac to be on the super loyal shit and lead the charge and attack him, right? So Orlando Anderson violated. But whoa, wait a minute. What is a very likely reason why Orlando Anderson went after that death row chain? Now, this has it's never went further than rumorville. There's no documents that support this, but it's highly speculated that Sean Diddy Combs, Diddy Love, Sean Puffy Combs, Puff Daddy, put out a $10,000 bounty on anyone that could get a death row chain. Now, what type of petty shit is that? They got serious beef. One of Suge's peoples got killed in late '95, and the beef is up. Source Awards, come to death row, all this shit. Niggas getting fucked up at Christmas parties, all this type of shit. And we know that dude's a shook, scared dude. Puffy, that is. Pac seeing him, he hides behind a car and all this shit, right? So what the heck was Puff doing? Some petty ass shit, like putting a $10,000 bounty on anyone that could get a death row chain. That was some stupid shit. And I even did a short some time ago covering this. Little things. You do little stupid shit, and it just has a wave ripple effect or a snowball effect. And then becomes the avalanche that we have now that was the assassination of Tupac. So Orlando wouldn't have snatched the chain or tried to snatch the chain if there wasn't 10 G's on them joints. What, so they could just pose in a video and act like they're harder than they are against death rowing them? Man, they had all types of pictures of death row chains back in the day. They could have just got like a real good image of a death row chain, go to their jeweler and make some cheap knockoff shit and stunt that way. The heck is he putting $10,000, not paying Biggie the money that you owe him, but you got $10,000 to give some knucklehead to go snatch a chain? It's crazy. So had Puffy not put that 10 G's up, maybe Orlando wouldn't have snatched the chain, and then later at the MGM, they wouldn't have pointed Orlando out. Pac wouldn't have went, snuffed him, jumped him, and then Andre, Orlando, Keefe, whoever shot Pac wouldn't have shot Pac, and the whole lane, the whole aspect of the music game, of hip-hop, of artistry in general would be a lot better today, because the competition would be up, up, up. Biggie would probably still be alive. It's crazy. And I'm thinking about other shit from Puffy. Just anything Puffy's attached to is just demonic. It's just destruction. I'm thinking back to when I was in junior high school. What was it, 90, 91? City College. In my hometown, East Harlem, City College. I think it's on the east side. What happened at City College, you may ask? Puffy, pre-Bad Boy. I think he was working for Andre Harrell, Uptown Records. He was putting on parties. So he put on a party at City College. His greedy ass had the room packed way over than the capacity than it's supposed to be able to fit. Amount of people that it's supposed to fit. Way over capacity. I think Gene Deal was working for him then. He could tell you about this story too. Shout out to Gene Deal, because I think he was there. But I was there when this news story happened. It was a huge story in New York. He filled the fucking club up way over capacity. Let's say if they could hold 500 people, he was trying to fit 2,000 people in there like sardines or clowns in a small car. So what ends up happening? A stampede. Motherfuckers got trampled. How many people died? I forget. But I think at least 6 people got stampeded, stomped out, and died when there was, I forget what it was that caused the stampede or whatever, but had Puffy not been all greedy trying to like stack a whole bunch of sardines in a little can the size of a needle point, then that wouldn't have happened. Then on his album in 97, yeah, if you want to blame me, I'll shoulder the blame, or some stupid shit he said. Yeah, you motherfucking right, you better shoulder the blame. It's like everything attached to this dude has just been like destruction. It's just his energy. Stupid shit. $10,000 on a death row chain, Pac and Biggie gone. The shit in the club with Shine. It's just crazy. So yeah, I look at going down that lane of the Orlando and them being the shooters and everything, and going down the assumption that the $10,000 chain thing was true. Now, if I'm wrong, my apologies. I'm just going on if that is true. As I understand, credible people came out and said, yeah, he had a $10,000 bounty on that. So it's like, even if they don't get Puff on the $1 million hit for Suge and Pac, what about the chain shit though? Had he not done that stupid shit, that shit wouldn't have happened either. So that's it. I just wanted to follow up. It was just some stuff I was thinking. So I'm gonna head up in this store and handle my handle. Shout out to everybody.